Welcome, Deronda here with Foods 101. Today I have a YouTube request. My loyal and faithful subscriber named Byron would like to know how to make a German chocolate cake. The ingredients you're going to need to make the cake part is 2 cups of sugar, 3/4 of a cup of butter, 2 cups of all-purpose flour, 3 eggs, 1 cup of whole buttermilk, 1 teaspoon of baking soda, 1/4 of a teaspoon of salt, 1 teaspoon of pure vanilla extract, and the star of the show is going to be a 4-ounce box of your German sweetened chocolate baking bar. This is from Baker's. I got the cake recipe on the inside of the box here. As you can see, it's a German chocolate cupcakes, but we're turning it into a 13 by 9 inch cake. Now I'm going to show you the ingredients for the frosting. The ingredients you're going to need for the top of this German chocolate cake is a 12-ounce can of evaporated milk, 2/3 of a cup of butter, 4 egg yolks. We'll save the egg whites for something later, like a meringue topping for a pie. 1 1/2 cups of sugar, 1 teaspoon of vanilla, 1 1/2 cups of chopped pecans, 2 2/3 cups of flaked sweetened coconut. Grease and flour a 9 by 13 inch baking pan. You want your oven preheated to 350 degrees Fahrenheit. Dump out the excess flour and set aside. Back to the cake part, I'm adding my butter with my chocolate into a saucepan, and I'm going to melt this over low heat, stirring. If you want to use the microwave, you can do that too. My sugar and butter has melted. You want to make sure you get it all out into a large bowl. We're going to add that sugar, and with a hand beater, we're going to mix it until it's well blended. I'm just using a spatula to make sure we don't have any lumps of sugar on the edge of the bowl. At this point, we're going to start adding 1 egg at a time into our mixture. And if you want to add your egg into a bowl before you add it into the mixture, you may do that. We're going to beat this until it's well incorporated. Add your second egg. I've got all 3 eggs incorporated. I've just added the teaspoon of vanilla. And we're going to beat this on medium-low for about 1 minute. From your flour, take about a 1/2 cup. Add in that baking soda and salt. Make sure you get it all out. And with a whisk, just take a few seconds, 15 or 20, to whisk it around. You could add in. And use a low speed. That way your flour isn't going to go flying everywhere and you won't end up with the flour shower. At this point, we're going to add a little bit of flour at a time, along with the buttermilk, a little bit at a time, until we get it all mixed together. When you incorporate the flour and the buttermilk 1 step at a time in small increments, you're going to get a light, fluffy, delicious chocolate cake. Now it's time to add a little bit more flour. I would do in 1/3. That'll be good enough. Back with the buttermilk. All right. And now once I get this mixed in, I'll use the last of that flour and buttermilk. We're adding the last of the flour and the buttermilk. And I can tell this batter is going to be fantastic. It's thick, it's rich, the smell of chocolate is in the air. Woo! Now, look how beautiful and lovely that cake batter is. Thick, rich, absolutely going to be fantastic. I already know from the texture. This goes into that prepared 13 by 9 inch baking pan. Look how beautiful that batter is. Well, I must admit, it's the first time I've made the chocolate cake. That is the German chocolate cake from the back of the Baker's chocolate bar. And I can already tell you, oh my gosh, and I just got a wonderful scent of this fabulous chocolate. All right, make sure you spread it from corner to corner. You even it out, just like that. And this is going to bake in that preheated 350 degree oven for the next 50 minutes. Bake your cake on the middle rack in the oven and close your door and no peeking. Cake has baked, and boy, if you could be here in my kitchen right now and smell how fabulous this is. To make sure it's completely baked through, we're going to use a toothpick. You're going to put it down in the thickest part, pull it out. If there's no cake batter on it, it has completely baked. If you do pull it out and it has a little batter on it, you need to bake it for about 3 to 5 minutes more, but be sure to do the toothpick test. Let this cool before you add the frosting. For the frosting, we're going to add the 4 egg yolks here in a 2.5 quart saucepan. Whisk in that evaporated milk slowly. Your heat's going to be on medium. To the sugar yolk mixture, add your pure vanilla extract. Ooh, yum, that smells yummy. Add your sugar. It's time to add your butter, and I've cubed mine. And we're going to whisk this over medium heat for the next 12 minutes. So use your timer. All right, 12 minutes are up, and this is what that mixture is going to look like, and we're going to remove it off the heat. Stir in your chopped pecans. Now, I buy my pecans chopped, but if you want to chop them by hand, that's fine too. And now we're going to add in the coconut. And by the way, I've reserved about a 1/2 cup of my coconut and my pecans because I like to garnish the top of the frosting once we frost that German chocolate cake. And oh my gosh, that looks yummy. We're going to let this frosting cool until we get it to the consistency we're looking for to frost the cake, and that'll take about 8 to 10 minutes. Time to put the frosting on the German chocolate cake. Now my frosting's still a little warm, but that's all right because it'll continue cooling down. And you want to take your frosting to corner of your cake. Oh my yums! This German chocolate cake is going to be absolutely delicious. I just like to add a little extra coconut, and also I like to add a couple of little extra pecans on top. Look how lovely and beautiful that German chocolate cake turned out. Now we're going to slice into it. I think I'm going to start over here in the corner, and I'm using a serrated knife. The cake still feels just a little warm, but that's all right. Then we'll go this way. And I'm just using a little spatula to get out that first piece because it's always the most difficult piece to get out. Ooh, just look at that chocolate cake and that frosting with the coconut and the pecans. Oh my goodness, gotta give it a try. Put it here on the plate. And I'm gonna dig in. Look how moist that cake looks. That coconut frosting with the pecans. Wow. That burst of chocolate comes through. So absolutely delicious. That cake is nice, moist, full of chocolate flavor. The coconut, the pecans, this delicious frosting, y'all, just win-win. Hey, give me thumbs up, leave me a comment. Thanks a million for watching, you all, and I'll catch you next time.